Hey guys, Betty Glasgow here once again. Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw and Tuesday's Smackdown. Now, to put this in comparison, I watched a total of 5 hours of programming in 3 hours. That tells you how uninteresting most of that programming was. Now, taking out the commercials, of course, I would say I pretty much watched all of Smackdown. There's very little I went through. Fast forwarded through. And as for Raw, however, I probably, out of that 3 hours of show, I probably watched 45 minutes. Everything else I fast forwarded through. Actually, I'll take that back. I'll take that an hour, giving all the interview time that I actually bothered to watch. That didn't bore me to death. So I watched the full program of Smackdown to compared to only 1 hour of the 3 hour Raw. Okay, this tells you something. Now, I'm sure some of you are going to disagree, and that's okay. Now, I am a wrestling fan, or was at one time. Smackdown started bringing back. This shows what I've been saying all along. Smackdown is a better product. I'm going to explain it here. As I said in the past, it's better because they allow their performers to tell a story. They don't rely on the management. And you see that Raw is starting to realize that SmackDown is the better programming because now they're starting to copy SmackDown. They may be on a day ahead, but they're still copying SmackDown. For example, it was a great idea for SmackDown to have a 5-way match for their Women's Championship. We just seen that on Raw this week, their championship went from a 3-way to a 4-way. This is a total miss of the mark that they could have done. Raw has the ability to be better, and they're not doing it. They're totally missing the fucking mark. The creative team at WWE needs to be either all let go or brought in some new fucking help. I found a way to make Raw totally fucking better in less than 5 fucking minutes. In total, and all the time I thought watching the show I've seen. There's very little on SmackDown I would think need to be changed. Because they're doing well. Their women's division on SmackDown is way better than on Raw. They feature them better. And their performers are way better. Their rivalries are better because they all rely on the performers. Raw is still, just like I said in my previous Raw and SmackDown video, relying too heavily on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon to get all the heat. And this is a bad idea. Reason being is no one's... Okay, here's what Raw needs to fucking do. You've all watched Raw, you've all watched SmackDown, or if you haven't, you need to. So you can understand what I'm talking about. Here's how Raw could greatly improve their show. Take, for example, the missed opportunity with their women's division. They had Bayley taking on Nia Jax. And if Nia Jax won, and this is a no DQ match, if Nia Jax won, she got to participate into the at that time fatal triple threat match at WrestleMania with their women's division with the championship on the line. Well, for fuck's sake, knowing them, and they went the same easy fucking route, they let Nia Jax win and now it's fatal 4-way. Big fucking mistake. Here's how they should have done it. This would have been a better story. Because they showed Charlotte Flair and the boss, Sasha Banks, watching this match. And I thought they might do this for change, and they didn't do it. Because you actually seen Charlotte kind of show some, oh fuck, she's going to win. We're going to have fatal 4-way. As Nia Jax started to get the clear upper hand over Bayley, and it was a good match, don't get me wrong. It's a pretty good match. I think Bayley should have done a lot more to the open to show her Bayley's a strong, tough-looking little cookie. And she has belly-to-bellied Nia Jax before. but she needs to rely on her speed on this, and it would have been good to have her show a better opening by going straight after Nia Jax instead of cowering, going under, oh my god, I'm David versus Goliath. Sorry. Have him open up with her, say, okay, I'm going to go right at you, and I'm going to start working on your knees. Oh yeah, have her take the fight to that, so she's not fucking afraid. This is where you had The Rock and Stone Cold always take off better, because they did, when they were champions, when they were played the baby faces, they didn't care. They would do it. They didn't cower, except when they were the heels, where they had to take the job and they had to cower. Oh, I don't want to face this person. But he's not a bad wrestler. He's not a bad champion. Make her fearless. Okay? So, as Nia's getting the upper hand, which we all knew she probably would, what they should have done is have Charlotte Flair come down, because remember, this is a no DQ match, interfere in the match and start wailing on Nia Jax, because she, in reality, you would not want a fatal four-way. You just now, especially with an extra big, strong woman in there. What they should have done is brought down Charlotte Flair, have her start working over Nia Jax. Now, to prove how strong Nia Jax really is, she takes the damage from Charlotte, then she starts pounding on Charlotte, showing how tough of a woman she is, and starts beating back Charlotte. Bayley joins in the fray, starts win. Both girls together are no match for Nia Jax. She starts pounding both of them down. Then you have Sasha Banks come out. She starts wailing on Nia Jax. It now takes the combined effort of all three of the original participants to knock out Nia Jax and for Bayley to pin her. This now gives you a better storyline. This now allows for either later this episode or either starting next week. Actually, let's do it this episode. Nia Jax walking back to Stephanie McMahon, getting in her fucking face and tell her, basically, those bitches cost me my WrestleMania fun. And so says, hey, a deal's a deal. And you have Jax say, you better correct this problem. Okay, he says, and says, leave it like, okay, I'll fix it next week. Okay, just go ahead, go home. Don't hurt the girls. Don't hurt them. I promise I'll take care of it next week. And next Monday you can have it where Nia Jax takes on both Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks in a handicap match. Those two on a team against Nia Jax. And then if Nia Jax wins, she goes one-on-one with Bayley. Or she can enter the Fatal 4. Make it have some substance. It could go either way. It would just depend on what the universe thinks, the WWE universe would think on that. How it should go. Personally, I think Jax should be able to beat the shit out of him. Or if she loses again, have her and Dana Brooke go at it at WrestleMania. Because Nia Jax does deserve a WrestleMania match. She's put in her time. She's a good performer. In fact, I think she can be even better. I don't know if it's Jax herself or if it's the WWE that actually holds her back. Because she is pretty agile for her size. But you don't see that often. So I think that would be a good idea. Or you could have her pin Charlotte Flair, knocking Charlotte Flair out of the match. Or having Dana Brooks come down and interfere, knocking out Charlotte Flair, and then Nia Jax wins. Then you can put Dana Brooks in against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Because Dana Brooks isn't bad. She's stiff. With the match against Charlotte, you can see that there were some mistakes. And there's mistakes all over. I mean, it's a live performance, and you got to be careful when you're performing. You don't want to hurt the other person. But she's stiff. You got to put her up against someone who's just as stiff. And this brings me to my next point. I'm going to divert from this part for a second, because I want to say, I think the WWE needs to move all the women, including ones on Raw, over to SmackDown. Because SmackDown is using their women much, much better. And I think to replace the women on Raw, bring in the cruiserweights. To divert all that energy of the cruiserweights to Raw. Because you have it split too fucking much. It's a 3-hour program and you got it split way too much. You have maybe 1 or 2 cruiserweight matches on Raw. 1, maybe 2 women's matches on Raw. We had 2 on this one. And it's too fractured. You need to concentrate on one. Do like SmackDown is doing. They're mainly concentrating on their women and their men. Performers, and they're keeping them each kind of separate. And they're each showing them at their best. And that's my opinion. And that's probably how you could start improving Raw's ratings. And you can actually bump up all the ladies on Raw, because there's not that fucking many. And SmackDown kind of has the same problem. They split their women's division, but they don't have that many women there to wrestle. Put them all back together and throw them back on SmackDown. And that division can thrive. And then once you put all the cruiserweights on fucking Raw, you can make that division thrive. But anyway, and the next problem, oh God, the Usos suck. I mean, they're okay. I just don't like what they're doing with them. It's not very creative. Emma, I wish I'd bring her ass back. I like her as a bad person. It was the biggest mistake to have her become Emelina. A lot of people said she was a piss poor for her. Nah, she was alright. She's limited, but she's trying to work on that. She was starting to get good when she was the bad face, not bad face, the heel Emma. I like that dark side of her. They need it. She's almost, it's like, let her go, let her be a heel, let her start ripping on some female ass. So she needs to come back. She can start expanding that area. Another mistake is, again, God, the same problem. Stephanie McMahon is trying to maintain all the major heat. You can't do that. She can't do it. She doesn't have it in her. Triple H can do it all he wants. I mean, he's starting to get a little old, but Jesus Christ, he can handle it all he wants. He's starting to show bits in on too. See, this is where Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are working great, because they leave it to the performers. Now, Shane McMahon is now in WrestleMania against AJ Styles, but if you notice, it's to help really showcase AJ Styles, because he's still a fairly fresh person. He's only been around 2 years in the WWF. And we've seen on this week's program, Shane still has the moves. He's still willing to do daring feats. I mean, Jesus, jumping off top rope onto a table and putting AJ through it. That's pretty good. Hurt himself a little bit. That was pretty good. That match should be able to showcase AJ Styles and put him up farther as a good heel. I don't know if Shane McMahon will win that. They might, he'll probably let AJ go over. And that's fine. I think that's better than having AJ in the main event. Even though I think he could do a main event, you gotta put it up against someone who can let AJ Styles show his worth and what he's got. And I think Shane can do it. Really much isn't any much problem with SmackDown. They're doing pretty good. Like I said, it's Raw that needs the fucking help. What should have happened, and it's kind of cliche, is when they fired Mick, which you knew was going to happen. Mick should have waylaid on... Someone should have just waylaid on fucking Stephanie. I don't care if it was a man. You need to let people know that she is vulnerable. That's what, this is what the problem is no one touches her. With Vince and Triple H, people can put their hands on him. People like knowing they can get their comeuppance. And no one really in the women's division will do it. Bayley could do it. She should. She's the champion. And they have her back down. Bayley said, look, I'm the fucking champion and I think you're wrong and I ain't afraid of you. That's what they need with Bayley. And, you can still do the, I'm a hugger bit and friendly. But you gotta stand up, for yourself sometime. But that's, again, poor creative writing. And what they should have done, it's a cliche, what they could have done, not what they should have, but what they could have done, is after they did the center, oh, goodbye, Mick, oh, da-da-da-da, when he's walking out, of course, the place was in. That's been so overdone to death. What they should have said is like, okay, Mick, you know what, we're not going to stand for this. You go up to Stephanie McMahon on the house, like, look, if you fire Mick, we will walk. You could have done that. I mean, that's been done before a couple of times. We're going to walk if you fire Mick fully, because this is unfair. Put his job on. Okay, what we'll give you is we'll put his job on the line, and he can take on Triple H or whomever. Samoa Joe. Have him take on Samoa Joe at WrestleMania. And let him fight for it. If he loses the job. That's a fair, that'd get him in there. Even though he can't. I don't know if Samoa Joe would be able to carry him very well, because you gotta remember Mick is up in age, his body can't handle it, so that may not be a good total idea, but it'd be something worth it. Or have a couple people like, okay, we're going to fight. Me and so-and-so's going to fight. If I win, Mick keeps the job. You can do something to have the people goes, how many people would let a good friend like that walk out like that? I know I sure shit would. Fuck you, I'm out here too. But then again, I got balls. I don't care. I got a spine. If Stephanie is going to maintain being the hard ass, she needs to have some serious shit start to happen to her. Someone. That's why I was going with Nia Jax. Have Nia Jax, it has to be someone believable. Bayley can stand up to her, but she's not going to probably give her the brutal comeuppance like she deserves. Maybe Emma could do it if they bring her back. Have someone, basically a female, could be a male, but let's do it with the females. We're going to try and work the female division up a bit here because they're lacking. Got enough male problem. Triple H could take on the men. That's what he's been basically doing, but someone needs to take on the women's division and bring it up. Have one of their participants, either Bayley, Nia Jax, or Emma when she comes back, take on Stephanie McMahon. Okay? You come up to her, look, and make them cuss, because, they do it on Smackdown. Look, bitch, I'm not like these other women around here. You mess with me, I'll fuck you up. Make it believable. Now, Bayley won't be able to do that. Bayley won't. She do it, and you have to do it some other way. It's like, I'm not going to back off to do that. If you get a female, make her like a female Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is what you need right now. Somewhere on that fucking roster. You need a Stone Cold. You do not have that on Raw. Okay, Seth Rollins, but he keeps literally getting fucking hurt. He's still not 100% technically. And he can't carry the company that well. They're trying to push Roman Reigns, which is still a fucking mistake. Roman Reigns cannot is okay for him, but he cannot do a mic check. Sami Zayn is not there. Samoa Joe is a heel, so you can't have him do that. You have Aries, but he's still too fucking new. He's the only one of the few things good in the cruiserweights. They're not using him to this fullest yet. I watched his match. He's one of the few matches I did watch. You just have to be careful. And since I watched them so close together, I'm trying to remember which matches were on match. So yeah, when someone fast forwards to a 3-hour fucking program basically and watches an hour, you're in trouble. Your creative department sucks. Too many fucking interviews. Okay? If you have that much fucking time for interviews, then you are not working with your performers very well. Especially when one of the fucking interviews was Triple H. And here's another problem. Triple fucking H should not have offered up that match at WrestleMania. What you should have had was Seth Rollins call in or show up on satellite and say, look, I know you're afraid to fight me, Triple H. And then have him propose the waiver that Triple H should have Seth Rollins come up with or suggest it. This gives you reliability on your performers to create the story. And why is Triple H? I'm the COO. I don't want to fucking fight you. Oh, after... and this is where this makes no sense. After almost 5 straight fucking minutes of him bashing the WWE Universe. Oh, Foley, listen to you people. Rollins, listen to you people. And you got them all hurt and blah, blah, blah. He says, oh, do you want me to fight him? Do you want me? Yeah. So he basically listens to the universe. That's not how a heel would work. What he should have said was, I'm not gonna make the same mistake they did. I don't have to fucking listen to you. I'm not going to face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I will not give him his WrestleMania moment. And then that's when Seth Rollins would come on the screen via satellite and say, I'm going to make your life miserable, Triple H, unless you give me that match. And then that's when we do that thing. Make the performers that are wrestling in the ring on a regular basis tell the story. That's what Smackdown is doing. Is it always the greatest on Smackdown? No, it has its problems too. But it's better. You're not relying on the fucking management to tell the story. And so Triple H now has his person gets him with Seth Rollins. And then you could throw in Mick Foley on top of that. But Stephanie needs a female counterpart. She doesn't have the Bellas there anymore. They're on SmackDown. Bayley won't do it. Not good enough. Charlotte will not do it. She's not good enough. She could, but she's a heel. Brooks won't fucking do it. She's not that great yet as a talent, but she can be. She's got, you see her do the gymnastics, so she has that ability. And Tyra Banks could possibly do it, but she won't have the streak. Nia Jax is the perfect one if you follow the story that I offered. And then if you didn't have Nia Jax win, again, like I said, if the next week on Smackdown she didn't win, she'd say, bitch, I'm taking you on at WrestleMania. And if you don't show, you'll regret it. And then if Stephanie doesn't show, you have her knock the fuck out of every female, even some of the male competitors at WrestleMania. It's like, bitch, I told you I won a match at WrestleMania. You force her hand. She could do it. She has the size, she has the body, she has the power, she has the determination. And she could make a good anti-hero. She could make actually a good Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think she could get the crowd behind her. But then that would leave you down on the heel side of the women's division. You only have Emma when she comes back, Nia Jax, and Charlotte Flair. Dana Brooks is a semi-heel right now. Transition to babyface. So, I don't even know if they have fully thought out her rivalry with Charlotte Flair. God. Undertaker versus fucking Roman Reigns. That's God. I do not look forward to that match. There is no, like I said, I still do not look forward to any Raw match at WrestleMania. No, not one. Even the Undertaker match, and I like the Undertaker's matches. I know he's old, but I'm sorry, you cannot push Roman Reigns. When Roman Reigns gets better on that fucking mic, like The Rock, as a relation, or even close to it, then you can push Roman Reigns. The people are telling you, I don't care how much they ooh, when he does that shit, they're not behind him. You can see it. You tried to push him on how many pay-per-views have you guys tried to push Seth Rollins? I keep saying Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns, and he gets booed. That's your fucking problem. You need to find someone who can run. Sami Zayn's already working against Samoa Joe, so you can't use him for anything. The Raw just needs some fucking help. You need some better creative there. You need to start going, why, when one direction I need to go when I'm talking about Stephanie McMahon, start making her afraid. Start making someone hunt her down. Make someone fucking stalk her at her house. Do you remember when they used to use that shit? They would take you outside and stalk people at their homes. That was a good premise. Do it now. Oh, hell, like Sasha Banks or Emma. If you want to keep Stephanie heel. Now, if you want to turn her face, which I think you should do after you do this, because Stephanie would play a better face. She can do less stuff, still be a good role model for her daughters, which she really wants to do. And then you can leave Triple H as is, and like I said before, have them have all arguments, because they always had a good time then. But whether you make her face or not, have someone break into her fucking home. Have someone threaten her fucking kids. If you want to turn her baby face, you can have them threaten her kids, but whether one or not, say Nia Jax, like she gets fucked over. It's like, if you don't face me, I'm going to hunt you. I know where you live. I know where your kids are. So that would make people go kind of force, either go for Stephanie McMahon or get behind Nia Jax. Because Nia Jax is can be a good badass. But what do you guys think? I mean, I know I keep coming back to Nia Jax, but you got to work with what you got. You have to remember, there's so much stuff limited. As for the men's division, you just need to be better creative. Have Undertaker face someone that people will care about fighting. And there's no one there worth fighting. Have Undertaker face Samoa Joe. Never been done before. You might get a good pop with Samoa Joe. That'd be great. Even fuck Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn go elsewhere. Have Sami Zayn find another fucking opponent. Jesus, the Undertaker can take on oh no, that's SmackDown, sorry. I was gonna say Ambrose, but he's on SmackDown. Yeah, I mean, you guys even starting to be hard to find an opponent for The Undertaker. What you should do is had Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman. Like we had him on SmackDown. Have them do best of 3 series. You got one, Roman wins one Strowman wins one, say next week. And then they finish it off at WrestleMania. Because they already know they're promoting Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. We already know Brock Lesnar's most likely going to fucking win. It's going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if, because I know they promised Brock Lesnar a 30-second win over Goldberg many years ago now. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't cash that chip in. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a squash match, even though it's a main event. I wouldn't put it past him. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Raw needs help. Raw needs massive help. But that's just what I came up, in 5-10 minutes after watching that. SmackDown's doing pretty good. They could work. I think maybe it's more than them, but they're just better. But yeah, what do you guys think? Raw needs help. SmackDown's doing better. SmackDown's doing good. Raw needs a fucking lot of help. Alright, tell me what you guys think. Like, dislike, comment down below. As always, you guys take care, and I will see you all next time.